What is going on, sexies? What the fuck is this? Okay, well, I'm next to a fire station, so I'm assuming that's water for the fire station. And this fancy ass tree. Love you, tree. With some crickets. Cricketing in the background. You know what I mean? Just doing what crickets do and shit. It's a beautiful night, guys. Hope your guys' day in the Matrix is doing good. You know? It just smells so good outside, you know? Sometimes you just need to take a breath of fresh air. Get out and smell that prana. You know what I mean? Do that pranayama, which is breathing. Look at my bright ass flashlight. Look at that. Where's Batman? I got the lightsabers, guys. You know, vroom, vroom. Freaking done. Oh yeah, dude. And if you hope you guys aren't epileptic. You know what I mean? It's a party in here. Anyways, I'm about to. I gotta take a piss real quick. Hold up. Woo! That is the feeling of not only taking a fresh piss, but breathing that fresh prana. God, so peaceful. I don't know, man. I just love the spot. I don't know why I didn't come here from the beginning. Usually I'm at another hill, right? And that's over there. You can't really see it because it's dark. It's like down over there. But this is nice, dude. Like, I went to high school over there. Fucking, there's a sports park. We would all come from the high school after school, right? We'd go walk across the street, go to that park. And there's benches. One day I'll actually make a video. Oh, that's a good idea, bro. What the fuck? I'm gonna go to those benches. Not right now, obviously, but... Shit, don't stop me. There's a fire truck right there, but because that's the home. I don't think they care that park there. We're chilling. Anyways. I mean, it doesn't say you can't park there. But, yeah, dude, one day I'm gonna make a video and go to that spot, like down fucking memory lane, bro. Why not? I mean, dude, you know how many trips I've had? Acid and shrooms. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, it's a must. But I like how you can just see my freaking nose ring glimmering. Anywho, so yeah, we'd go to the fucking bench. I know this isn't the video, but hey, this is a vlog too, guys. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Anyways, we'd go to the fucking benches, right? And there's like 4 of them, so we got one right here, one right here, right here, in a corner, just in a circle, you know. And we just chill. You know what I mean? We'd chill, we'd do our thing, we'd smoke some weed. You already know what high schoolers do. And we'd just fucking mingle. And there was this cute girl that I've always liked that sadly never had the chance because I was in my ego and I didn't know my worth. So I pushed it away, but that's a different story. You know what I mean? I know who I am now, that's what matters. But yeah, dude, we would all go there and there was that girl and she was there. Why the hell am I thinking about that now? Fuck. It's probably because memories, man. Memories. But like, dude, and apparently she liked me, bro. She liked me. My friend said, yeah, dude, she liked you, but I didn't know that. And I was so shy, bro. I didn't know that. And I could, you know, there's only you can't go in the past, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is accept the present moment and love it and all that. But it's just like, damn, if I would have known, I would be in a different timeline right now. But hey, the timeline that we're on right now is the one that you're supposed to be on. It's for a reason, right? So it's like you can't hate what made you who you are now. You can't, because it molded you. It shifted you to what you... Sorry, guys, I'm not picking my nose. I'm just fixing this shit. But anyways, yeah, it made you who you are. And it's just like you have to cherish it, I guess, you know? Like, I'm grateful for everything that's happened to me because it made me who I am now. You know, like, it shifted my awakening, so here I am, right? Anywho, to the point of the video, it's just like, I'll get to the point of the video, hold up, it's only 3 minutes in, right? You could scrub it if you want, you could, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring you guys some entertainment too, not just freaking, you know, coaching or whatever, if you will. But, yeah, dude, it's got like deja vu right now. So next time we will go down there and I'll show you where I shifted, if you will. That's where it all started, guys. She was there. They were there. I was there. And here we are. Still having a trip. The human experience trip, whatever. But, my freaking hair is growing. My hair grows fast, dude. Like, remember I just cut it? It's crazy. Not for the point of the video. I just had some Del Taco. You know me. I had to eat. I should probably fast. But it is what it is. Anywho, everything, guys, in this reality is energy. As you know, you're made up of it. That mountain's made up of it. Your phone. Everything. So you could say reality is energy in motion. And we're just flowing with it. Oh! And that same energy that everything is flowing through you and me. As I speak. As you watch this video. So fucking humbling to know that. Like, when you really think that you're the body, you're gonna believe that you're limited. But it's a false belief, right? You never were. You just believed it to be true, but you never were limited, no. You just... Your limiting beliefs, you know what I mean? They kept you in a way of thinking. And it's just like, it's not your fault. You know what I mean? You just didn't know any better. But here's a secret, guys. This is what they didn't teach you in school. You know what I mean? There's like a bird right there. The fuck? They didn't teach us that everything's energy. You know what I mean? They just said, this is how it works. This is this, you are that, and this is whatever. And this is another video too, it could be, but most of history probably wasn't even necessarily true. So they feed you all this to keep you thinking that reality works a certain way, even though it's so much more vast than what we're told, you know what I mean? It's not just some spiritual plane. There's the spiritual plane, and it's not just a spiritual phrase either. There's all these things, but in quantum physicists, they say atoms are 99% empty space, right? And what fills that space? Vibration. Energy, tetrahedrons even. You are a field of frequency. Your thoughts, frequency. Emotions, frequency. Even your perception collapses into waveforms, because it's like when you think thoughts, those thoughts are going out of your body. Thoughts are things. We may think thoughts, but they're going out in your energetic field and as a waveform, if you will. I'm just like mesmerized by this view, man. I love it. I fucking love it. So I'm just like looking and talking at the same time. Don't mind me, but it's just like, how could you not look at it? Just enjoy it all, right? But anywho, yeah. But even your perception collapses into waveform, into form, right? Everything is manifesting. Everything that we're thinking of will eventually manifest itself physically, because that's how connected everything is. So not only that, but it means that reality isn't just happening to you, it's happening through you. So that's why when you get yourself out of that victim mentality, you develop a higher consciousness. You allow for the higher you to flow through, because you're realizing that it's happening for you, not to you. Your perception opens up. You see it for what it is, from the highest perspective. You know what I mean? And you begin to take your power back and controlling your reality. Not fully control, because it's like you have to surrender. You know what I mean? But not control in the form of an ego, but in control of, thinking better thoughts, feeling better vibes, experiencing what you want to experience. But that all starts with thinking better thoughts, feeling better vibes, changing your inner identity, releasing the limiting beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So you're not even a passive observer. You're the coder. You're the perceiver. You're the experiencer. You're the creator. All these things. You know what I mean? The world is a living feedback loop of your vibration, because it's all a reflection. So what you're embodying, you're gonna get, because it's energy that you're embodying. But you're so infinite too. So it's just like, all you gotta do is change the channel, and then you can perceive a different reality, a different you. It's all here right now anyways. You know what I mean? God, it's just so beautiful out there. I just can't get over it. Look at this shit. Anywho. You know? Sorry, too close and personal. But look, guys, I'm just trying to say that if you change your energy, if you change your vibration, reality, your life will have no choice but to reflect that change. Because there is no outside, it's all within. And the outside's merely a reflection of the within. So you're not stuck, you're not small, you're not random. You're a conscious force in a matrix of energy. Let that sink in. Or don't. But and the more you realize that, the more the simulation bends to your will. Because you're taking your power back. Your awareness is getting stronger. All of this is not solid. It's an illusion. It's sacred code. And you're the one writing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never were stuck. You never were this limited way of thinking. Nope, it was just there waiting for you to remember, for you to tap into this awakened self, the aware self, right? So there's only so many ribbit, fucking frogs. There's only so much you can inhabit or entertain these false limiting beliefs in the autopilot self, right? You will keep on getting the same results, the same experience, if you just if that's where your awareness is gonna go, then that's what you're gonna get. So where awareness goes, energy flows, right? So knowing that, why are you gonna focus on the bad? You know, maybe instead of worrying, you should focus on the good. Focus on the good that you can do and the good that will come because you believe. Like, guys, there is bad in the world, sure, because again, as a consciousness collective, we are dreaming that we are separate. So this is all one dream. But within the dream, there is dreaming of the illusion of separation through unconsciousness, through disconnection of higher self. If everyone truly remembered their higher states of existence, would they really do bad things to each other? Probably not. But a lot of people are driven by ego and greed, which is obviously a lower state of consciousness. Really low. Really low vibrational. Fuck that shit. And if you're watching this video, obviously you're not necessarily even on that vibe, right? Maybe you were in your past life or before. I know I was. But you've came so far. You've come a long way. We have come a long way. And now you are growing and you are shifting into this new you. That's been trying to be born. It's been trying to flow through the real you. But we blocked this real us from flowing through when we're stuck to a false narrative, right? Of how reality works, of who we think we are. You know what I mean? With the masks that we like to wear, the parts that we like to play, our egos. It's funny. But when you realize that it's just the ego trying to exist so hard, it's trying so hard to be at something because it knows that at the end of the day, it's nothing. It never was. It's only a little illusion that we like to play with here in this form, in the physical plane. But when you remember that you're beyond that ego, beyond the physical, you are truly energy inhabiting a form. You are freeing your mind from the physical of things, from the solidity of things, because again, everything appears to be solid, but in fact it's tetrahedrons, energy, atoms, whatever, vibrating really fast enough to create the illusion of solidity. But even quantum physicists is proving that nothing is really touching each other. I forgot this exact thing, but even when you touch something, you're not touching it. It's just magnetic repelling. It just feels like it. It's a trip, I know. You know what I mean? And we're just experiencing reality with our five senses. And if you're tapped in spiritually, you're going to experience reality more than your five senses, right? You'll feel it cyclically. You perceive it. You'll see it with the third eye, right? You'll see the energies. You'll see auras. You'll see fucking fractals. You'll see echoes off of objects, which is like the energy that carries, right? Because everything is carrying energy, and all energy carries information. It's like data, you know, just like, really just like, yeah, a computer. Like, all that information is carried in the data and a code. So even the universe is a form of code, just not in the sense of an HP laptop or some shit, right? It's more divine. It's more alive, even. But yeah, dude, the Matrix is real, the simulation, whatever. Not in the form of the movies or like, but just knowing that life is a form of dream, a form of Matrix, a simulation, right? Whatever. And then knowing how infinite it is as energy, as you are. There's not just this one way of being, of living, of having an experience. The multiverse is real. Everything, if if everything is so infinite, why the fuck would this be the only existence? It wouldn't. That's how vast it is. But our ego likes to make sense of it, to make it mean, for it to be true, right? But know that something doesn't have to make logical sense for that ego for it to be true. The ego is only going based off what it knows with the five senses, or what it's like to be human, and all this. It only knows so much. But what is knowing, right? I always say the man who knows everything knows nothing. It is true. The man who knows everything knows nothing. That's the biggest paradox, maybe not a paradox, but it's irony. It's so ironic. But when you get out of trying to know and trying to make sense of, all of what you've been trying to make sense of ends up coming to you, if that makes sense, right? Like, you don't know how you know, but you know. Deep down, your soul, your infinite nature soul, it knows the truth of yourself. It knows the truth of this. But the ego comes up and says, what if, and are you sure? I don't know. That's the ego, though, right? Again, it's trying so hard. What was that? Was it like an aura around me? I mean, aura, yeah. Was it like an orb? What was it? Oh, it was a flea. I'm fucking tripping. I just saw a bug. It was a flash from my camera reflecting off of the little flea that flew around me, and I was like, what was that, an orb? I was like, spirit guides? But, well, maybe, right? Freaking, what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, yeah, that's the ego trying so hard to exist. Trying so hard to be validated or whatever, right? So fuck that thing. Fuck that guy. Fuck the ego. It doesn't matter. When you know and transcend that, it becomes so much easier to navigate this reality. I promise you. All you gotta do is tap in. All you gotta do is meditate. All you gotta do is go within yourself. Unlock, connect to your higher self. Connect to the subconscious mind. The inner voice, whatever. You know what I mean? All these terms, all these words. To convey a message, a meaning through vibration. I want to thank you guys for watching it if you made it this far. I always like vlogging at night. I feel like you guys don't even mind either. It's a good thing. We're looking snazzy, you know what I mean? Gotta love the self. Gotta love the life we live. There's always something to be grateful for. I got a friend that's locked up because he didn't want to go to. You see, I look good. I just overthink, don't I? I do. The ego. Fuck the ego. Anyways, I have a friend that didn't want to go through his awakening, I guess. I don't know. He really stuck with his ego, his old ways. So now he's in jail for robbery and drug paraphernalia, like I think fentanyl type thing. Fucking fun fact, I saved him one time. I thought he was falling asleep and shit. I didn't know he took the fentanyl, but I'd let him sleep over at my house because he was homeless. All of a sudden I hear, the death rattle, and he's like slumped over. I'm like, bruh. His lips were all white and shit. I start slapping the fuck out of him. Didn't wake up. Called 911. They're having me do chest compressions and shit. They came. They gave him Narcan. You know what I mean? The shit you give when someone's ODing. He's like, so that helped. But then he stupidly did more fentanyl. He's not. I don't know how he's not dead. That made it cool. Thank God he's not dead. He's not supposed to be dead, I guess, right? The divine. Gotta love the divine. But now, it's probably because he needs to go through this too. He needs to learn his lesson because now he went to jail for, like I said, robbery and drug paraphernalia, whatever, and vandalism. Probably vandalizing whatever he was robbing or breaking into to rob. But it's like he's in there because I think this might be his second or third offense or whatever. He might be in there for like 5 to 10 years to 25 years. And I'm just like, bro, I know someone else who fucking This is like basically the end of the video. I'm just vlogging now. But I know my other friend, he's not even a friend, it was an acquaintance. That, I gotta wait right here. They're getting another call. I don't want them to see me walk. It's like, wee woo, wee woo. Anywho, I have another friend, right? Or not a friend, whatever, acquaintance. He wanted to be a tough guy. And I guess his friend's girlfriend cheated on him. So it's not even his own girlfriend. He's just defending his homie. So they go to the house where the girl's at. And the guy that she's cheating on him with. And they see the guy chases them out because that's their house. Which is crazy. Like, why are you going to go to someone else's house? They have the right to defend themselves. So then he ends up the acquaintance, the dude I used to know, ends up getting a gun out and shooting the guy because the owner of the house that he was at, backed him up to a corner, if you will. It's like, bro, you're in his house, first of all. What the fuck? And it's not even your girl. Why are you trying to fight? So then he shoots the dude. He dies. Sadly. Like, another life, I guess, right? And so now he's in jail for murder. For shooting some dude that he don't even know. Over some girl that ain't even his. And, like, I don't know how long murder is, but I'm gonna say he's in there for, like, 30, 40 years. I don't know. It's a minute. And I'm here free. And you're here free. Watching this video. You know, I'm here making my video free. Coexisting in the Matrix. Free. So, and I'm so blessed to be free. Not just free from, jail. But free mentally and physically, or not, you know what I mean, spiritually. Because again, when you free your mind from the solidity of things, it becomes so much easier to navigate through this reality, I promise you. So really, you're free in the sense that you're not in jail, and you're free in the sense that you're not confining yourself to a limited way of thinking, to a false identity. You feel me? So there's always blessings, guys. You just gotta count your blessings and remember the fuck. Ugh. Remember that factor. God damn it. So get outside and get some air, get some exercise. Kiss your mom, kiss your dad, kiss whoever the fuck, kiss yourself. You know what I'm saying? And kiss the ground for being free and alive, because it could be fucking way worse, and you know it. So there's no reason for you to be sad. I promise you guys, next time you're sad, imagine how it would be to be locked up. You would want nothing more to be home, to do your own thing. And then notice that you are free and you are home. Okay, there you go. Just don't worry. There's a bunny right here. Where did it go? Alright, never mind. But yeah, dude, this is they're about to dip. But yeah, dude, it's a pretty view. I love it. So sexy. Oh yeah, there it is. So this is the firehouse, right? And then look, you can see the lights. They're leaving. They got a call. Fucking beautiful, man. Life is beautiful. Hopefully they're not dead. Seriously. Go do your jobs. Thank you for your service. Cool. That's some pretty footage, right? I told you I was at a firehouse. I thought I was lying? Who do you think I am? Anywho, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, reality is energy and motion. And we flowing through this shit. Oh, there it goes. It's funny when the dogs hear that. They're like, ow. Alright, see you guys.